Hello guys, welcome to yet another PseudoCode tutorial section 2. Okay, now today's theme is going to be the devil's incarnate, the aka the negative sign. Now this program is going to the flow is going to be like this. If a user enters a positive number or positive numbers, it should accept and also ask them to enter more positive numbers. But if the user foolishly or reluctantly enters a negative number, the program should end and print out whatever whatever number that is remaining or whatever number that it has gotten already. Okay, so as this program is a very straightforward program, so we don't need to it's not that kind of complex. Okay, so I want you guys to sit back and enjoy. Now the first step, as usual, is for us to start the program. Start program. So after starting the program, what are we going to do? We are going to declare two variables, just two variables, which are inputs sum and num1, num1. So this sum is going to be the total number of whatever positive number that the user entered, and this num is going to hold the number of the number that the user will enter. So input, the third step is going to be user's input. Let me put it like that, user's input. Okay, so for example, if the user entered something like 2, okay, so now when the user entered a value of 2, so you will say save the value to num1. So num1 we have the value of the user. Okay, this user's input, num1 we have it. Now let me remove these guys from bold. So num1, so we have these two variables or two containers. Now if the number has been saved, what next? We need to check the number. We need to write an if statement or a validation statement to check whether the number is positive or negative. Now this is how to do it. That if num1, let me highlight it, is why is this thing highlighted like, okay, is negative. If the num1, the first number, let me just say, if this is -2, the user's input is -2, so and it will be saved here. Okay, so if the num1 is negative, then what will happen is stop the program, the program will stop, or before the program will stop, the program will print sum. Okay, it will print sum, then and stop. Else, meaning if the number that was given to the user gave is positive, okay, if it is positive, which is else, continue to step 9. So our step 9 is going to be sum equal to sum plus the num1. Okay, so the input that the user gave plus the sum, the variable that we declared there, that is going to save all of the positive numbers. Okay, so this is how it is here. Now if you want, I will explain this guy why this guy are 2 here, okay, but it's not going to be on this video, okay. Just drop a comment and I will explain. Now proceeding down, if it saves the number to this sum, then you will return to step 2, okay. So you will return to step 3. Now returning to step 3 says the user will input another number. So according to my question, the question that I gave is that unless a user enters a negative number, my program will stop. But if the user entered a positive number, my program should continue running ever. It should never stop when a positive number is encountered. But if it is a negative number, it should stop and print out whatever sum that it has acquired, okay. So now let us go down here to let me recap. This is the end of our program. We are done with the devil's incarnate, okay, program. So let me start at fresh. Now you start the program, you declared your containers to hold the variable the user will enter and the total amount of numbers that the user will enter, okay, the summation of it, okay. So you now prompt the user to enter a number. Now at first the user entered 2. For the first time the user entered 2. Now it will now save this 2 inside this num1. Now if now you now save the 2 inside num1, then you now do a validation check to check whether this num1 is negative sign or positive sign, has negative sign or positive sign. So if this num1 that the user entered here is negative, print the sum and stop the program. But if it is not, continue to step 9. The step 9 says get this value, plus it with the value that is there, then give it to itself. When it has done that, return back to step 3 and ask the user to input another number. Now if the user inputs another number like 4, okay, remember 2 has already been given to sum, because sum doesn't have initial value, or should I say the initial value of sum is 0. So when the user entered 2 here, the initial value of this guy here is 0. But when it came down here to plus 0 plus 2, so sum becomes 2. Now for the second time, sum here is automatically 2 because of this first 2. Now if the user entered 4, so now it will now be saved into num1. It will now check whether that 4 is negative. If it is not negative, it will continue to step 9. Now step 9 says that number, which is 4, plus sum, which is 2. The first number, which is 2, which is being stored here. So this guy sum here, this sum, and this sum, they are the same thing, they share the same value, okay. So 2 plus 4, which is 6, so sum becomes 6. So here the sum will be 6, here sum will be 6, here sum will be 6, here sum will be 6. Now it will again return to step 3, ask user to enter another number. Now unfortunately the user enters something like -1. Now it will automatically save the -1 into this num variable or container. Now but where e go choke am be say when it gets to this validation, now if the num1 is negative, print sum and stop the program. So if 1 gets to this place, it's going to print the sum. Now remember, I told you that the sum here and here are the same thing. So what is going to print here is 6. Okay. Now when it prints 6, the program will end. That is just it, as simple as that. So this is the full working program. If you code this, if you need a working code, I will build one for you, or I will make a video if the demand is much to make a real life application. I will code it, then I will test it, or even say I will send you link. Okay, if I have any kind of hosting available, I will send you guys link, you test it, and you see that all these things, these steps here is the flow. Okay, the flow of the program, but it is written in English language. You can even write Yoruba or Igbo. Okay, but it's just like a test, but the actual code can be translated to this. So that is the end of this lecture. I hope you enjoy. If you do, please subscribe, like and share. If you don't, please subscribe, like and share. Thank you very much.